Bhagwan Rajneesh or Osho was an Indian mystic whose teachings are based on many cultures and their philosophies such as Hinduism, Jainism, Sufism, Taoism, and Christianity. Osho always believed that life is not a burden or a cause of sorrow, but it is a celebration, and life can be understood only by those people who do not find meaning in it but just dance with it, love it, laugh, sing and cry with it. That Osho did not believe in any kind of repressions. According to him, if you try to suppress any part of reality, then you move away from the truth. The right way to live life is to live it as it is and accept everything without discrimination. Osho's books and his discourses can take you far ahead in your personal growth. Therefore, in this episode we will discuss 4 very important life lessons given by Osho. Lesson 1: needs to renew. What I personally like about Osho is his holistic way of living. Because what kind of a guru is he who, in search of truth, starts speaking to life itself and causes pain to his own body or other human beings? Where many people leave their wife, children, and home and move away from worldly life to attain truth. In a way, they make their children orphans and their wives widows. On top of that, they also give up food and torture their bodies. Whereas in reality there is no need for any kind of renunciation to know the truth. Osho says that one can attain sannyasa even without giving up material things if you understand that you never caught hold of anything, and how will you let go of the thing which you never held. Ashtavakra, while explaining the garlic given in Gita, says that when King Janak says to Ashtavakra that he is ready to leave even his palace and throne to attain the truth, then Ashtavakra explains to them that no, you are pure as if nothing has ever touched you. You cannot give up or own anything because you are just an observer. You are the complete awareness that simply observes everything as it happens. The one that catches and releases things is not you but your mind. Understand this thing and you will remember that there has always been a lot of distance between you and your beloved. That means you cannot leave what is real, and there is no need to leave what is not real. Just realization of the truth is enough, and all the attachments will automatically fall away. Lesson 2: you will always be alone. Osho says that you were born alone, you will live alone, and you will die alone. Loneliness is our true nature, but we have not understood this truth. Because of this misunderstanding, we treat ourselves like an unknown person, and instead of immersing ourselves in the beauty, peace, and joy of our loneliness, we mistake it for loneliness. Loneliness is actually just a bad understanding of loneliness. As soon as you consider yourself lonely, you start drowning in negativity and ugliness and become part of the world. Everyone runs away from loneliness because it is a wound. We lose ourselves in the crowd, friends. We use our neighbors' wives or children so that we don't feel the pain of loneliness. But till date no person has been able to get out of this feeling of loneliness, because one cannot get rid of something which is natural. Due to loneliness, a gap appears inside you and you feel that something is incomplete. But in loneliness you are complete because you are one with the entire existence. So just change your understanding and accept the fact that you cannot come out of your loneliness, because truth cannot be divided. Lies have many faces, but the truth is always one and can be understood only when it becomes one. Garlic 3 minds is a prostitute. Osho saw the mind as a saw, using which at the right time you can break wood and build a house, burn it to keep yourself warm, or make any tool from it. But think for yourself, what would happen if you sat holding a saw in your hand all the time? Sometimes you will cut your hand, sometimes you will hurt your legs, and sometimes you will injure others. The mind only knows how to cut, it has no wisdom. Sometimes he will cut the sack and sometimes the good one, because his nature is to cut. He tells him a small story where a very rich man lived in a village once. That happy man gives some money to the boat driver to go to the other side of the river and asks him to just take him across the river in the boat. He sits in the boat, and after walking a little, the boat starts wavering because the flow of the river is very fast that day. Within no time the boat capsizes. The boat driver knew how to swim, so he swam to the shore. But that rich man was washed away with the water. When this news spread in the village, the man's family started searching for his body. After 3 days, a fisherman himself goes to his family and says he has found the body, but he demands a huge amount to hand over the body to the family members. The amount is so much that the family gets very nervous despite having so much money. For such 2 days, the fisherman also remains worried whether he will get the money or not, and his family members also wonder whether it is right to give so much money. Time passes and the rich family goes to a lodge to find a way to bring the body back for the last rites. The lodgeman also uses simple logic and says that look, the fisherman cannot keep the body with him for a long time because the body will start rotting and it will no longer be of any use to him. If you wait for some time, he will himself lose his money. Exactly like this, the fisherman is also getting worried there because in reality his body is getting tired, so he also goes to the same location to find some solution. The lodge also tells him not to rush. The family cannot bring any body from anywhere else for the last rites. They will have to come to you and they will also give you the asking price. You just don't slack off. With this story, Osho explains to us that the mind is a prostitute. It does not see right and wrong. Anything can be done through it, no matter what the argument is. It's like the two sides have different interests in this story. Buddhi will do the work of both the sides and present every kind of argument. Therefore, one cannot rely on one's mind or intellect to know the truth. Logic will try to prove your point as well, and also your enemy's point. Do not make logic your friend, it will deceive you. Go beyond logic and mind. There is an intelligence within you which does not discriminate and it never changes. Attachments in the mind create the illusion of separation, but as soon as you distance yourself from your attachments, your mind also becomes calm and you become wise. Wisdom is eternal and logic is temporary. The world is illogical, therefore you too go beyond logic, otherwise you will never attain the truth. Lesson number 4: Don't hurry, and what is meant to happen will happen. Osho has never given much importance to ambition because, according to him, a person's growth comes from nurturing his own talents and his own potential. Seeing the success of others, you decide that you also want to be like them, but you do not understand that the path of that person's life is different from yours. You will grow the most when you do not compete with anyone and simply give the right environment and the right knowledge to the seed within you to grow. Osho says that if you do not ask, you will get it. If you give up the desire to grow, you will grow, and if you do not consider yourself different from him, you will also become the same. That means your desires don't matter because you don't know what is best for you. So don't make your own goals. You are already born with many goals. If you allow yourself to grow properly and follow your every interest, then you will automatically achieve all your goals. If you don't put any obstacle in between, whatever is going to happen will happen. If you have the potential to become rich, then you will become rich, and even if you were born with a hunger to know the truth, you will know the truth one day or the other. So don't be in a hurry, let life happen within you, it will happen on its own. It will take you to your right place.